अग्निर्ज्योति ज्योति अग्निः स्वाहा सूर्यो ज्योति ज्योति सूर्यः स्वाहा अग्निवर्चो ज्योति वर्चः स्वाहा सूर्यो वर्चो ज्योति वर्चः स्वाहा ज्योतिः सूर्यः सूर्यो ज्योति स्वाहा ओम भूर्भुवस्वदीपस्तदेवताय नमः गन्धाक्षतपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि। ततो नमस्कारं करोमि। गुरु सत्ता का आवाहन करेंगे। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
On everybody's behalf, I request and pray to Guru Satta, please shower your blessings on us, Gurudev. Please shower your blessings on us, Gurudev. Please shower your blessings on us, Gurudev.
I greet all the devotees of Sai Baba here. Today, is the holy occasion of Buddha Purnima. Therefore, we are about to begin today's program with an incident that occurred during the times of Gautam Buddha. This is an incident from Gautam Buddha's times. So he lived outside a village in a small hut near one ficus tree, and that was all he had as a house. And some of his disciples stayed with him as well. One of his students named Anand would always sit with him, near him. Without expectations. He'd sit near that tree from the morning till the evening. And anyone who would come with curiosity or with the spiritual or godly interest or any spiritual question or with a worldly query, he would then answer those questions. He would solve the people's problems. In one of such mornings only, a man came to meet the Buddha. After reaching there, he asked a question to the Buddha. Is there any God in this world, Buddha? Gautam Buddha replied, yes, there is a God in this world. Then, after some time passed, at the noon, another man came to ask the same question only. Is there a God in this world, Buddha? Then he replied to him that there is no such thing as God in this whole world. After that, when the sun was about to set, it was almost evening when another man came there Even this man asked the very same question. Is there a God in this world? Then the Gautam Buddha did not give him any answer. He turned silent completely and then closed his eyes. He shifted consciousness focus inside. And then he maintained his focus at his inner God and entered the state of meditation. The moment he started meditating, that man's conscience also turned introversive only. That man also established a connection with the God that lived inside him. He experienced the God that lived within him. And at the end of meditation, he greeted the Gautam Buddha and then left from there. These three were the incidents, with the same questions but different answers. His student Anand was observing every incident very carefully. When the Buddha moved inside this hut to take some rest, then Anand kept thinking the whole night about those events. That once he said the God is there, then he said there is no God, then he simply closed his eyes silently. So, how come there are three very different answers to the same question? Anand thought deeply. He kept thinking about what he wanted to say, what he did mean by that. And how come there are three different answers to the same question? Also, why would he lie after all? Once he is like there is God, and then he said there is none, and then silent. He kept thinking whole night, but he could not find any answer to all that. The next day, in the morning, the moment he woke up, he straight away went to see the Gautam Buddha and told him that I could not sleep the whole night because of what you did yesterday. I kept thinking the whole night about what you really wanted to say to them. You give different answers to different people about the same questions. How can there be three answers to one question only? Then Gautam Buddha began by saying that one should avoid eavesdropping. Why did you do it? Did I ask you to do? Also, the answers of the true Guru depend upon the situation of the questioner. According to the seeker's capability, according to seeker's situation, according to seeker's way of understanding, according to all that Guru answers. Therefore, there are no specific answers of the true Guru. There is no format to give the same answer to everyone from. If a person asks a query with a certain level of understanding, then the Guru has to maintain the equal level while answering. All the three men had different such levels. The man who arrived in the morning was an outright atheist man. It means he did not believe in God at all, but he failed to realize even the non-existence of the God. He never experienced it. He could not prove the fact either, as he had not realized it personally. He had not experienced God's non-existence. Even then he believed that there is no God. Just to break that specific notion of his, I said that there is God, He exists, He's there. As His non existence has not been experienced by you, not even a bit. Secondly, the man who visited at noon, he was an alright theist man, was a devotee. But he had no experience the existence of God, no experience of the existence of God. His beliefs, his devotion was only because he followed others. He was a blind follower of the God, but he had neither experienced nor realized the God personally. Everyone chants the name of the God, and thus he started the same too. Everyone worships the mighty God, and thus he started the same, but he had no faith in that. He was simply copying the other devotees. Therefore, just to break this very notion of that man, I said that there is no God at all. And the third man who visited here was neither a theist nor an atheist. He was curious. He really wanted to know if there is any God in this world or there isn't any God. That means he had no notions. He had no conclusions. He did not believe in anything. Nor was it the case that he believed in anything. Nothing at all. He was just curious, inquisitive. He was the only one who was seeking the God actually. That is why I told him the way. I showed him a path. I turned my conscience introversive. And the moment I turned my conscience introversive, his conscience turned introversive as well. And the way I saw the God within me after turning introversive, he also did. He found the God within him. He experienced the God within himself only, just like me. And he found the answer he sought, that the God exists, but he's inside. He is within. You have to experience him by turning introversive, by looking inside. I showed him this path and made him experience. I made him experience the existence of God. I made him realize. And he experienced the God. He was inquisitive. Right after the experience, he greeted me and left from there. He realized where God is. He got whatever he wanted. So you thought that I gave a different answer to each person. No, I gave the same answer to each of them, that the God needs to be experienced personally. Our devotion should never be a blind one. It shouldn't arise from copying others. It shouldn't be a tool to get returns. It should not come with expectations. Devotion should not arise due to the bad situations that you face. The devotion should arise on the basis of experiences, your personal experiences, your realizations. You turned introversive. And after doing so, you came to know the God. You felt His presence. This is the exact meaning of the word devotion. Be a devotee, but only after experiencing the God, after realizing Him. Even the Baba said the same. Do not follow blindly. Become a believer, but experience it first. Test it on your own. There is no bigger teacher than an experience. Become your own guru. Its final spiritual step. So that your inner God gets awakened. The God within you gets awakened. And when he gets awakened, then you experience him, then feel the God, and you will find that the God is within you. Other day, I mentioned about the holy ash recently. Even during my childhood, I saw that one sage would provide everyone that would come to him with ash. For a stomachache, ashes. For a headache, ashes. So I would wonder, how does he treat everyone with the same ash? And he never asks the caste of the patient nor the religion of the patient. The same way only, that sage would provide the ash, also the holy ash. He would not ask the caste of the patient, he would not ask the religion of the patient. The ash was available for every person. Any person could go there and take it from him. Now you may call this a type of superstition as well. But one shouldn't just give it up assuming it is a superstition. Do not reject the matter assuming it is a superstition. Just step into the matter, just dive into it, observe its conclusions. Today the science has developed so much. Science has progressed so much, so very much today, that one may now define the devotion and superstition precisely. That one may investigate devotion and superstition precisely. That one may test the devotion and superstition properly. Such devices are there. See, if we don't get anything, then we follow superstitions and then leave it. Just like doctors do. If they don't understand anything, they call it viral. That's not it. Reach the root of it. Why did it happen? How did it happen? So Samarpan has a very huge group of doctors. The doctors of Germany have started it. In the camp of Ajmer, we had these small water bottles, just like these ones. One bottle was always kept there. They would place one bottle daily. They would give a fresh bottle for every day, and then they sent that bottle to a laboratory in Japan for testing. In order to check the effects of the speech on that bottle, to check the effects of the speech on that water, what changes occur, what shifts occur. So the report that came from Japan was actually surprising. Firstly, they said that the changes have occurred on a really micro level, so much so that we need the permission to dilute this water to 100% level. Only then it can be checked, otherwise not. Then it got tested. The water got tested. What were the changes? No, the one water bottle didn't become two water bottles. The water didn't change its color. The water didn't change its form. The quality of the water got changed. Its quality changed. And the crystals changed too. This is like a feature of crystal. There are crystals in the water, water crystals. What were the changes in the water? We know that a human body is made up of 70% water only. When you sit in a good environment with a good companionship, then the effects get reflected on your body as well. The water of your body gets changed. It shows some changes. I did an experiment with the Sai Baba of Shirdi as well. Not much. I simply put my hand on a bottle of water and thought about the Sai Baba of Shirdi, kept my conscience, and then the Sai Baba of Shirdi appeared in that water. The crystals which were formed had Sai Baba's image in them in reality. Also, I am not superior than any one of you. You try it for yourself. Take a normal bottle of water and think of Sai Baba of Shirdi when but yes, your conscience should be pure before all that. You should have had self-realization. You should be eligible for creating a connection with him. You should be that pure at least. Become this pure and then develop a connection with him. And having connected with him, you observe that your vibrations would change that water. Its crystals would change too. Also, observe it. When you put the hand of a man who has bad mind, even his crystals would change too. So the way water shows its good effects, the same way it shows bad effects as well. There are good effects and bad effects as well. It means that whatever you have kept inside your mind will reach the water through your hands. Vibration of your hands, and the water shows changes, the crystal shows changes, it shows the effects. How do you think this picture of aura was taken? I was only asked to sit with my hands on a machine. They directed me on how to sit and I followed. And after that, for about half an hour, the machine kept running. The energies that were flowing out, the waves that were flowing out of my hands, those waves were examined for half an hour there. Each of the chakras got examined. What is the condition of root chakra? The condition of sacral chakra? Condition of solar plexus chakra? The condition of the heart chakra? The condition of throat chakra? The condition of eyebrow chakra? Condition of crown chakra? And also, how are the thoughts of the man? Just through the waves of the hands, anything can be deduced. Through the vibrations of the hands. So by giving the vibrations to the water, one can cure the disease. But how can we do it? How is it done? Why is it so? What changes do water show? What changes do the water get? This was studied by the German doctors, and after their research, they concluded that we don't see change in the color. We don't see it in the shape, nor in the form. Only the quality of water gets changed. You must have seen those homeopathic tablets. They all look the same only. Then what's the difference? How is it different? The chemicals that they put, only those are different. Nothing else. There you will see that before giving those homeopathic tablets to you, the doctor will shake its bottle first, so that the chemical reaches each and every tablet of the bottle. You see, the science has developed so much that you may test anything you want. Even the faith can be tested today. Even the faith can be checked. Self-realization can be tested too. Let me explain it through a story, Australia's story. This incident occurred about 8 to 10 years ago from now. So a camp was conducted in an area called Gold Coast. And there was a healer who ran a huge center over there. In that center, she did an experiment about what is the condition before the self-realization, what are the changes in the aura, in the vibrations. Also, what changes do you see after going through the self-realization? The aura changes in an instant, instantly it changes. She came with a big glass container to meet me there, which contained 10 biscuits made of pure gold. Then she would heal that water and distribute it amongst people. She said to me, please vibrate it. Please can you vibrate this water, and I will keep adding more and more water to it. I said, I'm ready to do it, but I have a condition. You are not going to sell this water. Do not charge money for it. Only then I would do it. I did it then. The thing that does not belong to us, which is the power of God only, how can you use that power for some money? One cannot use it in financial dealings. Dealings are related with the human body. The God does not exist where such dealings do. Never forget this in life. The God gave you the sunlight. Did He charge for that? The God gave you the wind. Did He charge money? The God gave you water. Did He charge for that? No. See, the God has a speciality that whatever He gives it for free, never charges. Therefore, the Samarpan Dhyan Sanskar is taught free of charge in the world. Is it not? The foreign countries cannot digest the concept of no charge easily as they are not familiar to it. Let aside foreigners, Indians can't digest it. When I came to Mumbai 20 years ago, then businessmen asked me, Swamiji, your meditation is good, your impression is good too, everything is good. But your no charge policy, people would call it cheap. I said, that's their belief, let it be. I cannot change my rules for their sake. The Guru's orders cannot change for them. There would be no change, none at all. This is free, it will remain and so forever and ever. I did not make any changes to it at all. Now those businessmen are trying to meet me once, but I don't get any time for it. When I had the time, then they put their minds into useless topics. Well, let me tell you, the one whose solar plexus chakra is seized, only he is going to ask you this. Such a huge program. How did it happen? How did you manage all of this? Where did you get the money from? Such questions would be asked by the one whose solar plexus chakra is seized. If someone asks such a question, then you will know why did he. There is no dealing on this path. God never charges for anything. Do you know what is the second quality of the God? You choose to believe in Him or you do not. You choose to praise Him or you curse Him. His conduct is going to remain the same for you. The same conduct for the theist and the same for an atheist as well. The atheist and the theist both are living in bliss. Well, if you look at it properly, you will not find an outright atheist actually. There is no atheist, not even one. It's okay that he does not believe in God, but he is not an atheist. He believes that his mother is his mother. Believing is the sign of God. He believes that his father is his father. Believing this is the sign of God. So how is he an atheist? It's okay that he doesn't believe in God, but he believes in his father. He believes in his mother. So the God's conduct is going to remain the same for him. Thirdly, there is equality in the house of God. He provides everyone equally. The caste, the religion, the country, these do not matter to him at all. The God is available to everyone. In the very same way, the way to reach the God, Samarpan Sanskar, is also available for absolutely everyone. What is your caste, what is your religion, which country you come from, which race you are, what gender you have, it has nothing to do with all that. You will get the same experiences, absolutely same. Also, this is the idea of India. The idea of our ancestors, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is our home. We are a family. Now you tell me, when they must have thought about this idea, would they have thought about any religion too? Is there any religion in the world which the whole world believes in, the whole humanity believes in, all the humans believe in, all the countries do? No. There is no such religious system. There is no such religion at all. Which the whole world believes in. So, this idea of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam cannot become a reality by using the path of religion or the path of religious system. It is not possible at all. Now the other way is, do you Know the name of a deity whom this whole world believes in? Tell me the name of a deity in whom the whole world believes in, all the countries do, all the humans do, the whole humanity does. No. Let aside the whole world, even a husband and a wife don't follow the same deity. This is it. Thus, one worshipping system can never make it a reality. One deity cannot make this dream a reality. Thus, there is something more to all of this. Something else. Saint Ganeshwar had mentioned Atma Dharma. By Atma Dharma, he didn't mean a religious system. By Atma Dharma, he meant self-religion, religion of self, one's own religion. Religion is knowledge. Personal, one. My knowledge, my experience, my Guru, my Almighty, my inner God. Regardless of the worship system you practice physically, regardless of your caste, regardless of your religion, regardless of your country, regardless of the gender, the internal realizations will be all the same. They are all the same. This realization gives birth to the humanity inside you. And when the humanity will take birth, all the boundaries will be vanished. All the boundaries will vanish. The caste boundaries, the religious boundaries, the country's boundaries will all be vanished. Some 3 years ago, I traveled to the Mauritius with my family. Mauritius is a very tiny country. When it was the last day of that journey, of that tour, we stayed at one hotel only. We stayed at a good resort. So we would leave the resort in the mornings and return in the evenings. So by doing this every day, we toured Mauritius. So basically, you did not change the hotel every now and then. You can travel around while staying at one place. So the last day, I visited our centers there. Mauritius has a nice center there, are many followers. When we visited there, we felt really surprised. There were some Gujaratis in the center who spoke in Gujarati only. There were Biharis who spoke in Bihari. There were Marathis who spoke in Marathi. But if you go and ask the names of the Marathis, then they would tell their name, they would tell their father's name, but they didn't know their surnames. If you ask the Gujaratis, then they would tell their names, they would tell their father's name, but they didn't know about their surnames. So in this country, Mauritius, people don't know their surnames. So there's no question about the caste, end of casteism. This is amazing. And when I inquired more, they told me that the British brought Indian laborers to Mauritius via ships. And when the British filled the details of these laborers, they asked their names, their fathers' names, but no one asked their surnames. Now, some 50 years have passed since then. The father spoke in Marathi, now the son does too. His son's son too, their third generation is living over there, or perhaps the fourth one too. But they speak in Marathi as their families do. They speak in Gujarati if their families do. But they don't know their surnames because even their father's father didn't know about their surnames. The whole mess is about this surname only. Once you remove this surname, there will be no casteism then. I have written to the government too, asking them to take the same step in India, remove the surnames of everyone. I added that your political interests are going to stop you. The vote bank politics, the majority, minority, it will happen. But understand, even if you start today, it will take 50 years to eradicate casteism. Neither you are going to live after 50 years nor I will be. But this nation will become caste free. Remove everyone's surname altogether. You may play the dirty games of caste politics or religion politics. Keep doing all that. But after 50 years, none of us will remain alive. Just imagine. Our future generations will take birth in an environment where there will be no presence of caste system at all. See, these are just obstacles in our way towards progress. The more conflicts we create in the name of caste, language, religions, the lesser would be the growth of our people, of our nation. I don't expect that the government is going to respond to the letter soon, because the task is too difficult. Their roots will be shaken inside out. See, we think of our caste twice only, either elections or the marriage. During elections, we consider it while distributing the seats. And after that, in marriages only. Nowadays, our youngsters are marrying beyond the boundaries of the caste. Youth is breaking this caste system. Now only the government needs to take a step here. Then the casteism will leave politics. The dirty politics. Keep doing it for 50 years. But after that, none of us is going to stay alive. There will be no seats to win then. I gave them the example of Mauritius only. Also, don't just believe me. Blindly go to Mauritius and check it for yourself. No person in the Mauritius knows about their surname. No one knows. No one knows about it. Guru Ma would go there with a huge red mark on the forehead. Many Hindus of Mauritius would quickly gather around her. You've come from our India, right, isn't it? They'd be assured by the mark that she's an Indian. They would come to me seeing my sandal mark as well. You came from India, I am an Indian too. Our ancestors were Indian too. So they would remember India. When they would see an Indian, they know that much. We know that our ancestors, our forefathers belong to India. We immigrated from India only. We are Gujaratis, we must be from Gujarat only. We are Marathis, must be from Maharashtra. We are Biharis, we must be from Bihar. An affinity. If you're from India, then they come to know about that. Then you will get a very warm welcome. And they accept it, that they have no relationship whatsoever with India. They have no knowledge about the Indian culture at all. But their ancestors were Indians. Their forefathers were. And they have Indian roots. Today, the youth of this nation has crossed the boundaries of the caste system to move forward. This deserves praise. The more boundaries we break, the more we'll progress. The nation, the country will progress. Let's come to the main issue. Now that the God is equal for each and every one. Whatever the God provides it equally. These divisions, these differences are created by humans only. We created the division of castes. We created the differences among religions. Also, try to study these religious systems once. All the religious systems have said the same thing only. You should do the good and leave the evil. Do the good and leave the evil. Such sermon is given there. How can we do it? That is not told there. How can we achieve it? That is not told there. There are only verbal teachings. Samarpan Sanskar is the way to that, the right path. If you practice penance or the meditation, then your whole life will become nicely managed. It's possible that the youth has no interest in the spirituality. It's possible that the youth has no interest in salvation. They may say they don't want it. That's fine. Even that is fine. No interest in spirituality, even that's okay. But do you not aspire to live a life of happiness and content? If you have a wish to attain salvation in your lifetime, like I have to attain salvation in this very lifetime only, if a youngster keeps such an aim in this life, then what change would he see? The change would be that he would meditate regularly, he would practice it on a daily basis, and thus he will live in the present only. His energies would not travel to his past nor to his future. No matter what he would do, he would be the best at his job. Therefore, I ask all the parents not to make their children doctors nor make them engineers. Instead, make them yogis only. Whatever the child wants to become, whichever quality he has, it will develop on its own, then he will become what he should. Even if he becomes a painter, then he will create a Mona Lisa. You know what? Once I went to a museum of a king of Satara. I saw a replica painting of Mona Lisa which was kept there. I have seen the original one in the Paris as well. She is not a goddess. She is not a deity. She is not the God or Almighty. For that matter, she is a common woman. But the painting has such strong vibrations, so strong vibrations, that you would feel like you're inside a temple. Try to see that painting once. It is kept in Satara. What's the reason? Did you think? So, that painting has such strong vibrations because whoever created that painting, he did so with unwavering concentration of the mind. He stayed completely introversive while painting it. And when one turns introversive, so the Almighty flows through you only. So in that painting, he has passed the godliness itself. So the moment we stand before it, we get very cold, very chilly, very cold vibrations. One feels great the moment one looks at that painting. So if a youngster meditates, if he starts doing it, he will work with mind's concentration. Whatever he would do, the type of work does not matter here. But whatever he would do the best at it. He would do great at it. Also, he would have a solution with him, a type of satisfaction. He would be happy with whatever he'd get in life, he'd be content. Now slowly growing ahead, on the way towards old age, he would attain such a state where there would be nothing left to be achieved in his life at all. Utmost content. Nothing left. State of sheer satisfaction. This state is known as salvation, also called a free state. A human has to achieve this free state in this very lifetime only. Our example of Vanaprasthashram is absolutely correct here. After an age, one should start detaching from everything around slowly. In fact, we generally accumulate so much in our lifetime that there arises no need for money in old age. If a need arises, it is only to get detached. We delve into others' matters. You just need to fix your own body's aura, fix your own field. And then live in that field the way you want to. But do not interfere in the lives of others. Also, the growth of the brain has been really quick. And because of this quick growth, The knowledge amongst our youngsters has increased rapidly. We do not have that much of knowledge, and our knowledge or experiences are of no help to them at all. As the whole world has completely changed in last 20 years, everything has changed. Just let the youngsters live the way they want to. Their devices, their systems, their way of working, just set them free. See, they are smarter than us. First, you need to accept this. This will solve a lot of problems. We think we are the only smart ones, but in fact, our experiences will not be of any use to these youngsters. Because the world has changed. They have to work as per the present conditions. They have different problems. Our experiences are outdated. There have been many changes, a lot of them. So if there is a youngster who aims to attain the state of salvation in his lifetime, then what changes he would see? What would change in him? The change would be that he would not look at the bad things like Gandhiji. He would not look at the bad things. So what would happen if he won't? Then his mind won't focus at the bad. And what would happen when his mind won't focus on bad things? The mind would be stronger. It would turn powerful. The mind has a great role to play in the future, I'm assuring you. Strong-minded man will be the king of the world. In my life, I gave up each and everything just to secure the mind. I never let my mind get harmed, never allowed my mind to get hurt. Never let it to get destroyed. These tiny issues, if we keep the focus of our minds on those little problems, then how would we be able to progress? Once it happened that when I had just arrived to Pune city, one follower took me along to show a center there. So our taxi driver had charged about 2 rupees extra according to the follower, who kept on arguing with him about it, and finally he gave him 2 rupees less. I told him that maybe you saved 2 rupees, but what about the energy you wasted? What about that? So a lot of times we expend our mind's energies over such negligible issues. We simply waste our energy, and this is not required at all. And such issues do not have even the tiniest significance. Have you seen that when you go to a street vendor, then how long do you argue with him for? So first of all, if he aims in his life to attaining salvation, then his mind won't be on petty issues. He will take care of his mind. He will not ruin the mind. He will keep the mind pure, strong, and secure from every bad thing around him. In the age of media, it is very problematic to control the mind. Also, if he doesn't hear bad, does not hear any criticism, then by heart he would follow avoiding listening, speaking, or seeing the bad. These are the ways of our mind to get polluted, the paths. So firstly, it gets polluted through eyes. It's a fact. If you don't make an eye contact with anyone, then it won't affect you much. Not that much really. See, the eyes are the medium. The moment you make an eye contact with someone, his image will be created on your mind, and then after that, its bad effects will enter your mind. The pathway to mind's pollution is the eye. Second pathway of mind's pollution is the ear. A lot of ill talks, a lot of criticism, if you keep listening to that often, your mind gets polluted. It happened in a bank once, there was a follower who worked in it. She said, Swamiji, we used to love talking after others' backs during lunch. We really liked it initially. But nowadays, I'm not enjoying it at all. I eat alone now. I don't feel like sitting with them anymore. Why is it happening? I told her, you have realized your consciousness. Where you feel happy, where you feel content, where your soul feels good, you know it now. You have realized it now. Activities without energy, without any conscience, they are not going to interest you anymore. You won't feel like getting involved. So when you aim for salvation, your mind would take you away from such ill things and people. We won't live amongst the people who just criticize others and do nothing else. The people whose minds are out, they're pulling your mind along with them. You should be in the company of those whose minds are introversive, so they will help you be introversive. So avoid listening, speaking, or seeing the bad either. If you criticize someone or say bad things for him, then first of all, your mind will start thinking about that very person. And not about him, but his bad deeds actually. Hence your mind gets corrupted. It gets polluted. After that, you go on to talk more about it. I have told the way. I have given the solution of this to the youngsters. Just talk about the Samarpan Dhyan. If you will talk about it, if you will discuss about the same, then your mind will move towards the medium, and the medium is not alone. It has with him the collectiveness of millions of pure and holy souls. The moment your mind reaches the medium's energy, the medium's conscience, the medium's vibrations will start reaching you, and you will never come to know as to when did you turn pure or when did you turn holy. If you have to focus your mind, then it should be at something that is fruitful, that increases your gains, increases your profits, that gives you progress. I added one more rule to the 3 to quit bad thinking. Bad thinking is opening a new and huge pathway. It is opening a new way. As when you will think bad, then you will get bad thoughts. The bad thoughts will lead you to bad deeds, and bad deeds will create bad karma, and bad karma will lead towards another birth. Wear a watch in your wrist, and when you're wearing it, then you should check every morning 6 a.m. where you are. What thoughts you have. Are they positive thoughts or the negative ones? Stay alert all the time. Some followers have set alarms in their watches for every hour. The alarm beeps after every hour. So the watch reminds him where you are, look, where you are, look. You should also set alarms, so that your watch reminds you many times that you have to check where you are. So when you will focus your mind, automatically you will see that you will start living in the present. Suppose there is a hall and a guard is sitting there at the gate. So no person can enter. And why so? Because of the guard, he is watching. The same way, you should also study the thoughts you are getting. Put your mind there. Observe continuously your own thoughts. What you do is, what you keep thinking about others, what the world is doing, just let them be. Look at yourself. What am I thinking or how my thoughts are? Look there for every hour. Even by looking there, your thoughts will stop bothering. Also, I am not asking you to think about the future, but I am not asking you to work. Okay, listen, let us assume that you have to lay down a plan and you're done with the planning, part of it. Now just start working on the same. If you'll keep thinking about it for long, if you'll keep thinking about it only, then too much thinking will ruin your conditions. It will ruin your mind. So, if a youngster supports these four rules, then he can attain that state in his lifetime itself. The state where there will be left nothing else to achieve. No wish to achieve anything, like no deed left undone, no good deed left undone, no bad deed left undone, a state of sheer nothingness. So there is no work left for which you need to take another birth. Today's message of Sai is connected with this camp of today. When I had the first realization of Shirdi Sai Baba, then he told me that you are trying to sow the seeds in the stones. So I used to help each and every person to realize the self. I would make everyone experience it. He said that you are sowing in the stones, but one day I will give you such a field where the crop of self-realization will grow. That field is the devotees of Sai. A field ready for the farming. One day I'll give you that. Where the crop of self-realization will flourish. So I had a firm belief, a deep belief, that a camp will be arranged by Sai Baba. He will definitely arrange one camp. He will arrange it, but it took 20 long years. I had to keep patience for 20 long years. It took me 20 years to understand the word patience. Took 20 years. After the incidents that took place, this one took 20 years to occur. Also, I'd think many a times that the one who brought me here, and now it has spread around the globe, even then I could not do anything for him, nor for his devotees either. I wanted to do so much. I had great intentions. Had intention, but I wasn't ready for it. Either our organization won't be financially well, or we won't be mentally prepared, or we won't be physically ready for it. To organize one such camp, therefore it must have taken so long. But the Baba gave us what he promised to us. He has shown such a way of self-realization To you that you are going to understand the meaning of many complex words. Like faith means the faith based on the personal realizations, faith based on experiences, your own experiences, not the faith that is borrowed from someone, nor the blind one, not because others have the faith. You experience it personally, you felt it personally, must be your first hand experience only. And after that, you develop faith. Sai Baba offers the meaning of patience to everyone, but he does it only at the right moment. He does so when the person truly becomes deserving. See, I had to wait for it for 20 long years. Also, you need to meditate that too regularly. This is not an instant miracle. It is not a miracle that is going to do something instantly. It is a constant effort. One needs regularity, daily, daily, daily. You know what happens? When you do it daily, 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 then meditation becomes a part of our behavior. When you reach deeper, 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 then realizing the God inside you becomes a part of our behavior. When it becomes our behavior, then you won't be able to see the God outside. No need to search Him then. And the greatest wish of a human in life is to attain the God. It is true. If you attain the God once, then you will get so much content, so much satisfaction that you won't be able to describe in words. You won't. All your life's search and wandering would come to an end once you have attained the God. The God is shapeless. He has no form nor any color. And the ones we think of as gods or goddesses were also a medium to reach gods of their times or eras. Thus you will find that no one announced that he is a god or the Almighty. No one said so. Because there is no God at all. The God cannot have a physical body. Why? Because the God existed, He still exists, and He is going to remain forever. So you can tell me of a body that existed before us, still there, and will remain forever. There cannot be any. So how can God have a physical form then? So the ones we consider gods themselves do not consider themselves as gods. Only we think that way. That they are the Almighty. Why? Because through them we reach the Almighty. Like I believed that my Guru is God because he made it able for me to reach the God. But I always knew that he is not the God himself. How odd is that now? Your inner knowledge is telling you that he is not the God, but still you are believing that he is the God himself. Why? By believing that he is a God, I am not doing any favors for him. I am just opening up my receptors. I am breaking all the windows and the doors, all the walls. I am opening up myself. I am just increasing my quality subscriptions levels. Considering someone as God is the upper limit of our quality subscriptions. We can't embrace more than this. Also, let me give you an example from everyday life. Suppose there is a mother who took her child to a garden to play with him. She's playing with the child and she has put the child in that circular swing and it is happening nicely. It's spinning while the child enjoys the swing. This is happening. Now if you ask the mother where her child is, then she will point towards the swing and say that swing is my child. Here the swing is the child and the child is the swing. They are one now. So the child is not visible from the sight of mother. The swing is moving so fast that the now child is the swing. Child is the swing. Now if you ask the child, are you the swing? He would say, no, I am not the swing. I am just riding it. I'm not the swing, but I'm riding on it. If you ask the mother, she would say swing is the child and he's the swing. In the same way, if God flows through a medium, then we start calling him a God only. If you ask him he's a God, he would say, no, I'm a medium, I'm not the God. A God cannot be a human, it cannot be a body. Clear this concept of yours first of all. That the God has no form, and the form that we believe in, he is just flowing through it. He has emptied himself, he has nothing in himself, completely empty. He turned himself so pure, he turned so holy that through him the God started flowing. The godly powers started flowing through him. He has become the medium of the present, and there was a medium. Before us, he still is, he will remain forever, he will be in the future too. He must be there presently, as he was before it, in the form of Sai Baba. So the medium keeps changing. We are able to sit here because of the God only. It's because of the God that our bodies have some value. Otherwise, our own family members will burn our dead bodies within hours, just few hours. The body is smelling, they'd say. Let's get rid of it. Quickly, quickly. Let's do it quickly, 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 quickly. Why? As there is no God. Ones who are filling your pride. The ones who are loving you, admiring you. If you die right now, then the God would leave. And then your loved ones would try to be done with your body as soon as possible. So how can you say that God is not there? He's there only. No doctor could find out about how the heartbeat gets started. Who does it exactly? So remember that your existence is only because the God is everyone's existence. Without the God, we have no existence at all. But we don't give time to the God that is inside us. We don't give time to him at all. As the Sai Baba said, the God is one. Who is he? Inner one. For how long do we sit with this inner God? Just tell me now. The way you note down your studying hours, your working hours, the very same way, note down the number of hours you spent with your soul, your God. How many minutes did I spend with God during the day? I am not talking about connecting with the God in your sleep or in the crowd. Sit in solitude alone. With introversive mind turned introversive. Control the body. Focus the mind. Focus the conscience. Also, it will take you few minutes to control your mind. But slowly, 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 sit for about half an hour. We decrease our meditation due to lack of available time, but you should meditate for half an hour. Also, you need not do it for more than that either. Do more if you have time, but do at least for half an hour. Also, even if you fail to focus, sit for half an hour. Physical obstructions, mental obstructions will occur. So we understood the concept of God in this 8 days camp. That God is world's consciousness. This power of consciousness is the Almighty. And He was there, He still is, and He will remain forever. His mediums keep changing from time to time. No medium gets repeated at all. We also know that no medium repeats itself. The forms of mediums keep changing. Today's God will be in accordance with today. God of the past adhered to past, and the future God will adhere to the future only. Now think once. The Gurus who sent me to you. These gurus could not come to you at all. What do I mean here? After meditating for years at one place, after meditating at a place, they had made their aura so strong, so powerful, they had made that even they couldn't step out. Their aura turned so strong. One. Second, just imagine now that a wild man steps on this stage and he's wearing no clothes at all, nothing. Would you accept that man? You won't. They lived that way. Just think now, the man who has not seen any human for ages, doesn't know society or anything in years, so how would that man look like? So therefore, he's the real guru and I'm a fake one. You are fake students too. Are you real? Had you been real, you would have gone to Himalayas. Would you be here? If you sing bad, then I dance bad. So he has sent a guru like the students only. I'm not a real guru. I'm a fake one. Real ones are there. In fact, here as well, but they aren't visible. You know, the goldsmiths can understand this really well. One cannot create jewelry from the purest gold. One has to add something to it. After that, you may make jewelry. That's the type. So, whichever medium they could arrange to transport their impressions to you. You are common humans, so they picked a common human only and made him the medium. They sent it through this medium. Aim was to transport it. How odd is that? You cannot travel to Himalayas, they cannot come here to you. So a medium is needed for transportation and he needs to be a fool, the one who has no knowledge at all, no sense of knowledge. They needed a fool and they got me. I have nothing of my own but whatever they gave me. But they wanted to spread the impressions of meditation to every person of the world. Therefore, they chose me as a medium and after that I was sent here. So we understood in 8 days that God means world consciousness and consciousness was there, still exists and will remain forever. And that consciousness is inside us too. It is there too. And this inner God, the inner consciousness, is so close to us that nothing else can be closer to us than that. Also, no matter how much I repeated, don't wish, I realized this morning that you are not going to stop asking. You would not stop. So when I was meditating in the morning, I happened to get a new idea. As per your demands, really. As I stay connected with you, I understand all your tricks and tactics. Let me tell you something, the way how you will get it without asking it. Let me explain you such a way of meditation. Do meditation regularly, consistently. Suppose consider you have a disease. Then don't ask the God to cure all sorts of your diseases. It is begging only. Now just try and pray in your heart. I am getting healthier than before. I'm getting healthier than before. I'm getting healthier than before. Pray like this after meditation. Also, you need not necessarily think about that. Neither I asked you about it at all, nor you have to tell me about it. I am getting healthier. If you send this message with purest of emotions and sheer concentration, during meditation this message will reach your brain and the whole body. And whichever diseases you have, you will start seeing healthy benefits. I found this way in the morning that you are getting it without even asking it. You will get healthier. In another example, now if your financial condition is not well, then you will do it the other way. My financial conditions are getting better. My financial conditions are getting better. My financial conditions are getting better. You know, in Marathi we say, Je je vanchila te te pahila. Such is the time now. You will get what you wish for. You will get what you think. Thus, just stop asking it. But without asking it, you can change your thoughts. You can change it. Then you just think this way. It's happening. So it will start happening. My financial conditions are getting better. Conditions are getting better. Conditions are getting better. Say it thrice and just sit with a calm mind. You will see that your financial conditions will start getting better. Try experimenting this. This idea came to me like instant food. It occurred in Shirdi, especially perhaps the idea came to me by the grace of Sai Baba, and I'm giving it to you. I've never told it in any camp before. Also, if you're tensed or stressed, then you may use the same trick. My stress level is getting decreased. My stress level is getting decreased. My stress level is getting decreased. What's happening here? You are getting what you are wishing. Just become pure of it. But only after 45 days you may ask for wish, not by tomorrow itself. Otherwise you'd be like, come on, let's start this. Meditation and all will be all ignored and you will be just doing this. So do these rituals for 45 days. Again for 15 days. Thereafter, after that you may start in few months. But not after that. By then you will have required conditions at least like your concentration made me concentrate. You may perform this for any person, anyone, but don't mention his name and also feel that he's getting better. Feel that his life is getting sorted. Feel it. He's getting healed. Feel that the situations are getting better. Feel that. Feel it inside you. And the way you're going to feel the God residing in you will know whatever you will feel like. He's closer to you than your external God. So tell your problems to yourself only. Keep them to yourself. That is it. Why go anywhere else? I am not asking for any pilgrimage, not to pay any offerings or to pay any donations or something like worshipping. You need not do anything, nothing at all. No pilgrimage, nothing. You just need to understand the introversion. And speak each word with your emotions, with complete faith in it. Say, whatever you are saying is being heard by the inner God. Like this, all your problems, all of them, maybe some addiction, for example, my smoking addiction is decreasing slowly. My smoking addiction is decreasing now. Say it 3 times. So slowly, things will change. Now you tell me how to use it. Now don't you have a brain or what? What can I say? Do it on your own. Now you do everything. I showed the way now. Now use your brains, please. The way politicians use the brain to quit the tobacco habit. Something like that. So do something like this. Use your brain and act. But remember that you have to meditate for 45 days first. First complete this meditation task. And after completing it, you should do these experiments. Then that will show good results too. Very nice ones. What's the reason? Why so? Because your inner God is much close to you than any other thing or person. Secondly, if you succeed in that, then there is no need to pay any offerings. Simply thank him. Saying something like, you improved my health conditions. You improved my financial conditions. You made me quit my smoking addictions. You helped me to quit tobacco. You helped in my daughter's marriage. You gave a job to my son. Whatever happened, just say thanks for that. Just thank him properly. So once happened, let me tell this story to you. I once went to Shankeshwara. There was a head over there. I had a conversation with him. He said that Swamiji, all our daily rituals from morning to evening, each ritual had meditation attached to it, each one. But meditation is tough, so we quit the meditation and continued with the rituals. So listen, what I'm trying to say here is actually that all the rituals are just different ways to turn introversive. So, you turn introversive when you say that my health is getting better. Thanking when your health is getting better is turning introversive only. I mean to tell you, all these ways are just routes to introversion. Use any tool and become introversive. And the more introversive you become, the more your relations will be strengthened with your own soul. But first, establish a relation before all that. Invest your relations for 45 days and then you should move ahead. Like when we shift to a new house, we would not go to borrow something from our neighbors, isn't it? First we get to know them and after that we may borrow anything, like you run out of tea or sugar, let's say. Don't we borrow such stuff? We do it, but after developing relations. So just like that, you should develop a relation with your soul first. Get to know it, befriend it, establish a relation. After establishing a relation, you may move to the next level. So there's an author named Hazel Courtney from England. She's a very well-known author there. A gold medalist she is. She was after me. She wanted to take my interview. I said I will do it, but on one condition. That you have to bring a stone from a street of London, then I will do it. So the poor woman strolled for 17 kilometers in search of a stone. After that long of a search, she found one. She put a tissue on it and after that, then picked it up and brought up and got it to her house then. After that, she washed the stone properly. And after that, she gave it to me. I kept it in my hand for a while. Recited the Guru mantra thrice and returned it to her. So she wrote a book about me. She explained this incident in it that when I gave that stone to Swamiji, it was merely a common dirty stone. But the one returned to me is more precious than a diamond for me. I have kept it safely till date. That stone had very strong vibrations, very strong energies. I told her that I did this experiment only to show you how do we put the vibrations in the idols of gods in the temples of India. I did it to make you experience that only. That even a roadside stone may get vibrated. This idol enlivenment is a science. It is. Just suppose it's a stone. If you are putting a marble stone above it, then so that marble has 90% good quality over here, 70% over here, 60% over here, 90% over here, and then 85% over here. So with regards to the idol, it's a bad stone. Bad means what? See, it must be a 90% good, but the bad 60% is there too. What I mean to say is that the stone should have balanced harmony. There is a stone which is 70% accurate from all sides. Has harmony. It is 70% accurate. That is perfect to make an idol from. Why? It has great vibrations on all sides. So, an idol created from a good stone. It means the idol you are about to create, the idol for worshipping, it should be created out of good stone only. It should have balanced harmony, absolutely same. Energy, a same vibration should be on all its sides. And who will identify the energies? The one who has realized his self, only he can do it. A common man can't do it. Once, a square shaped stone was lying somewhere, and I had some followers of Canada with me. There's a place called Rocky Mountains, there's a great waterfall there. There I was explaining them about the stone, the science behind the stones. So I was using a stick like there to explain. So some Japanese tourists were taking photos over there. They thought it must be a special stone. So they quickly clicked several pictures of it. However, there was nothing special. I was simply explaining them, just explaining, using the example of the stone. But as I was explaining like that, they thought it was a special stone. Poor guys didn't know it. They clicked so many pictures of it. So first of all, it's an idol created out of a holy stone. Also, its craftsmen should be pure and holy at heart too. As I told you earlier, some Buddhist monks created an idol from a common stone. This idol had no beauty, yet it had so many vibrations. Because they took almost about 25 to 30 long years in creating that idol. And while being in a meditative state, they would give one strike a day only. That Buddha idol was neither beautiful nor flawless, but it was great in terms of vibrations. So the second question is, how are the conditions of the craftsman of that idol? How is his spiritual well-being as it will affect the idol? Third is enlivenment. Who is going to be the saint or the sage who would enliven that idol of God? How capable is he? If we look objectively, then idol is just the medium. Suppose there is an idol of a deity. Did the deity come and put his energies in it? No. It is the deity's idol, but the energy it has belongs to some sage only, some saint or some hermit. He has transferred his introversive power into that. He put his own vibrations. Sometimes I feel that if Gautam Buddha had created his own idol and put his own energies into that, then it must have been the rarest idol on this earth. So an idol created from a good stone, idol created by a good craftsman. Thirdly, an idol with great enlivenment. And fourthly, an idol with the company of a good priest. As the idol would get affected by the person who will worship it regularly, that priest's energies will affect the deity's idol. At many places, you will experience very nice vibrations, but the moment you enter the adytum, you will feel the opposite. As they don't have good priests, they are lost in thoughts. And during that only, they are worshipping, that is going to affect the idol. It's only the priest who lives closest to an idol for the longest time. A follower stayed for a few days at a big palace in Rajasthan recently. So she shared her experiences. When she returned, she said there was a goddess Durga temple and entry to its adytum was prohibited even for the king, the one who owned the palace. Except for the priest, no one else could even enter there. Within the boundary of 20 feet or 25 feet, no one else was allowed to enter excepting the priest. That temple in Rajasthan was kept so pure for many years. Thus it had great vibrations. Try visiting the Ganesha temple of Pali. Pali is a place. Go there. You would be kept about 20 feet away from the idol. See, what happens is that the idols too need some space to get the energies, the vibrations. Space is required for that, you see. Now I'm talking for so long that too continuously, if you come and sit right before me, I would just stop. I need space too. I need some vacant area like this field is vacant. Entirely, isn't it? Only if I get the energy, I can spread it. I do not have energy. I can't keep talking like this for so long. Let me give you a simple example for this. No one would give you such clarity. Have you seen the pump of bicycle's tires? That bicycle pump used to have a hole in it. When we would pull its handle like this, then the gas would enter the tire through the hole it had. Later we would apply pressure like this, then the gas would enter the tire's tubes due to the pressure of the pump. So, the pump never had the gas. It was the hole. It would suck the gas inside it when we'd pull the handle. So the pump would take the gas from the external environment and fill it in the tire then. In the exact same way, I do not have the energy or any kind of power. I pull it from the outside, I collect the energy, I take it and give it. If you won't let me collect it and sit too close to me, then I will stop, always stop then. Why? Suppose you put one finger on that hole of the pump. Neither the air would enter inside nor the pump would fill the gas. Just useless. It would be nothing then. Thus I say it, sit at your house for meditation. Even if you can't concentrate, listen to the videos related to meditation. The recorded sermons are for those millions and millions of the people who are listening. The energies they are attracting, the vibrations they are pulling, one man cannot attract it. The energy attracted by millions of people. In such a company, you may keep meditating for really very long. In 1 day, 2 days or 3 days, all the thoughts come to an end. That is why I say it many times, don't come close to me. Why so? Because when you move upwards using the stairs, reach the 10th floor, using stairs slowly, reach the 10th floor. So when you would reach the 2nd floor, then you would be experienced of the 1st floor, then you would step further. When we'd be experienced of the 2nd floor, then step further, move step by step only. Growth would be very, very, very slow. We do not need a quick progress here. If you'd come to me, I have a lift for you and out. And then you would be, get scared and then fall down. Why? Because you're not familiar with the height. Understand, one would not be able to tolerate a certain spiritual growth in life. We are not accustomed to it. And for you, I have such a sentiment and love that when I would lift you up, I would not think whether you deserve it or don't. I will just push you up. I won't check if you deserve it or not. Therefore, I say, stay away from me. And then gain all that you can while maintaining a distance and progress at a slow pace, only slowly and steadily. Look, we can always make a progress slowly. Our aims are very high. We have to somehow reach there. Yes, I am here right now, but slowly we are progressing. But our eyes are set there. Where's the mind? There. Up at our aim. You will remain positive always. And if the Guru's companionship, His grace put you up there, and then you come down here, as you couldn't live there, then after coming down you would think that I was there once, now I am here. Self-guilt. Therefore, stay away from the sources of self-guilt. Mind it. Keep your progress in your hands. You will develop a self confidence. You will slowly develop it. Like I climbed that mountain on my own. I did it slowly, took many days, but no issues, no problem at all. Also, when you read a book, you keep at a distance of about a foot or two, like this. Does anyone read like this? Let aside reading, your eyes will get shut. So, if you need to understand the source, then keep a distance, maintain a gap, learn from a distance. Moving closer is dangerous for you and the source. Therefore, progress should always be a slow one, a continuous yet slow progress only. The progress should be productive too. The Sai Baba of Shirdi has divided the followers into 3 groups. Which group are you in? Make an idea of your own. So the people who are in the lowest category are gripped by diseases only. They are plagued by bodily issues like backaches, like knee pains, loss of eyesight. Something or the other, they are facing some sort of issues. So they are living only around that zone only. And if we move beyond this group, then you would find the followers are stuck with materialistic wishes. I'm not succeeding, I want that thing, this should happen. The second level. And the level beyond this has the followers with spiritual concerns. No wishes. There are no physical issues. No wishes to get something. They image the spiritual progress only, just spiritual progress. Other countries have such kind of followers who have paintings worth millions in their houses. Such expensive paintings are complementing their posh houses, that rich they are. They say that Swamiji, we can buy anything in this world, but kindly give us the spiritual state we need. We can't buy the spiritual state, Swamiji. So where are we moving to? Where are we? With whom we are standing? What we are asking for? What should we ask for? Focus on all these matters. Please focus here. Preparation of the camp was going on for months. In fact, more than that. And I asked the followers to enjoy the preparations only. As the day this program would start, you won't realize when it ends, I assure you. Those 8 days would feel just like a dream. Today the camp is going to end. To be honest, these 8 days passed like a dream. So if you do the meditation on regular basis, you can create an aura shield around yourself. You can create your own aura. And using that aura, you will protect your own self and the others around you as well. Few years ago, in Japan, at the guest house of Panasonic company, check the vibrations of that stone. What changed over there, you would get to notice what changed there. So after that, they brought 2 water bottles of the same company. First, drink the water from the first bottle only, and after that try drinking from the other bottle, the vibrated bottle. So what did change in it? Check for yourself what changed after vibrating the water in the bottle. Thirdly, let us experiment by praying to the Mother Earth to cure your issues, to cure your diseases. Let us try that. So by doing such different attempts and experiments, we can motivate them. So we were to do the program in Osaka the second day. We do this program on the last day. We were to do it accordingly. But right then, the Japanese followers raised an objection, saying, Swamiji, we cannot do this tomorrow. I asked why? Why can't we? They said a great storm is going to hit us tomorrow. And also, our own weather predictions can never go wrong. Swamiji, it is highly accurate, so the storm is definitely coming. And it was our last day of the camp. So we were closing the camp of Japan after that. They wanted to do it that day only. I said, please, do not worry a bit. We will do the program and this storm will not come tomorrow. They said, it's not possible. Our weather predictions never go wrong. No mistakes ever happen. I said, there will be a mistake tomorrow. I had Jaya Ben from UK with me. She completely trusted me. She said, if Swamiji said it won't come, then it won't. Well, then we observed a great sunrise the next day. All our programs took place. The whole program of 3 hours took place. And later on, one of their news channels presented a news that one storm originated from Tokyo. But that storm got diverted due to the creation of a very strong magnetic field near Osaka and apparently did not hit the city of Osaka. Thus, the aura field of one person, one man's aura, creates one magnetic field, and that magnetic field may affect the whole of the city at once. That is why I am asking you to meditate consistently so that you keep yourself safe and the other people around you as well. Let me explain this a bit here. Actually, what does meditation mean? What does meditation mean? So the term meditation means to completely nullify your existence. It is to be in a complete harmony with the nature. And when you stay in harmony with the nature, then the nature does not go against you at all. You and the nature are not different at all. You are the nature and nature is you. So how would it go against you? So even at the time of natural disasters, your energy, your aura field provides a protective shield to you. It protects you from that. Not just me, many followers experience the same. They experienced it at the time of the Kutch earthquake. That is why I say that global welfare, global peace, leave all that aside. The idea of the world simply means your own personal tiny world of about 15 feet or 20 feet world. And you can definitely create such a world in your lifetime. You can. So attempt at only what you can achieve. We cannot reform the whole world alone. So create a tiny world instead and remove your mind from the rest and take this personal world to any corner of the exterior world. Your world would be beautiful, would be prosperous, would be peaceful, would be safe. If every man creates such a world, then we would undoubtedly attain world peace one day, and our Gurus wish for every man in this world to achieve the same. If every man creates his own world, then the whole world would be peaceful. See, this is our attempt, this is our effort. People try different ways for world peace, isn't it? So this is how our Gurus are trying to get the peace. So if every man creates such a personal world, and yes, it is possible, it will happen slowly though, it will be slow. It happened amongst millions. Soon it would cross that number. And one day, the world peace would be attained. A new society will emerge, and it will have no discrimination of caste, of religions, of country, of language. A society where everyone will be just a human and a common human only, that's it. While keeping such a humanly society in mind, the Gurus give the tasks. Also, many social organizations go to people and distribute clothes. The clothes get torn and the man remains dependent only. If they give money, then it gets finished the next day and the man remains dependent only. They give medicines, even that gets finished and the man remains dependent only. But the Samarpan Sanskar is such a donation, such a social work, which has the ability to ignite the internal humanity of the person. Then he would never become dependent on any person, he becomes independent. He would not require the help of any person in his future life, not at all. We have always maintained this stand that we don't do any social service, but we do the work of creating good social servants. Meditation, just this. By using this meditation, only we spread this initiative in the whole world. Creation of better humanity, of better humans, and the birth of humanity. Also, you will find many organizations, many paths too. Our doors are always open for everyone. Well, they are, but did anyone enter? Here, people are sitting inside only. Actually, here we open the doors from the inside and not the outside. Our hearts welcome everyone always. You will get the results as per your intentions only. So, this idea of the world peace begins with the self peace. First of all, the human will attain self peace, and the very day every human attains such a self peace, that day the whole world would be peaceful. We are working with this belief in our minds. So today's chakra is the crown chakra. And this crown chakra is the region of the moon. Thus, this camp is organized in such a way that the occurrence of full moon takes place. The crown chakra is the region of the moon deity. And the state here is of thoughtlessness. The God is the knowledge, is the phrase here. God is but knowledge. The knowledge of realization is God. Look at Gyaneshwara, Gyan Ishwar. Gyaneshwarji gave a signal with his own name. Look closely. So the God is knowledge, that's the phrase. Knowledge of realization, knowledge of the soul, that is God. This is Almighty. This takes us towards the inner God. Kabirji has spoken about crown chakra, that at the top you hear no noise. When you would reach the top of this crown chakra, then you would hear the sound of silence. You would attain the state of thoughtlessness. But this thoughtlessness is not everything. This state is not the ultimate one. This state is the state that will lead you to meditation. The task of Shirdi Sai Baba is this only, to awaken the humanity of each person, each one. A good human out to be born. So, due to the great efforts and help of many people, this camp was organized. They helped mentally, physically, financially. In whichever way they have helped, we all will be praying for the spiritual progress and well being too. We will pray after the meditation for them. Now we will meditate. Let's put our right hand on our head's top. Press it gently. Rotate it clockwise thrice. And bring your hand down with a slow pace only. We will say it thrice. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. I am a holy soul. I am a pure soul. Now focus your mind on your head stop and meditate. Let's pray now. Whichever holy and pure spirits helped us in organizing this great camp, we pray for their speedily progress in the spiritual sphere. We wish it purely. We wish it purely. We wish it purely. Greetings. By staying present for these 8 days, by being available in the number of thousands, you supported us. For this, I thank you very much today. Also, I have shared my life's experiences and realizations with each one of you present here. Also, these were not some lines from a random book. While explaining or telling you, perhaps I committed an error with words, or maybe a flawed way, or sentences weren't perfect. So if I committed such a mistake, then forgive me please, as I had a good intention only. Also, sometimes I need to raise my voice, and sometimes the other way around. You may not get it, but such things could also have effects on our brains. They do. Actually, the way an orchestra works, the same way the medium's body is also an orchestra. It keeps popping here and there. So we are to draw a conclusion, then it's great like that. So about 20 years ago, Sister Nimisha and Brother Dhyak took me to a multi-millionaire industrialist's house in Mumbai once. He was a big industrialist, he had multiple businesses, he had a big security staff and bodyguards. So then they took me inside, and I'm the one who never speaks first. But that industrialist asked me suddenly, "Swamiji, how is my condition, say?" I simply uttered, "It's really bad. Neither you focus at the house nor you can focus on the business." These two people with me stood up. They thought, now he will ask the security to throw us out. So they got worried. But in fact, the industrialist said that, "Swamiji, whatever you spoke has no lies in it." I said to them, "Whatever the Guru speaks of, whatever it is, he has all the tools in the world to prove it as well. Had he denied me, I would have proved to him as to how his condition was bad." Well, it is good that he accepted. I mean to say that is just like orchestra, which sentence is telling what to say loudly, what to say softly. So all this has a purpose, of course. Like a knife, you see, what is the use of a knife that isn't a sharpened one? The knife is useless then, without a sharp edge. So that's the nature. Sometimes you have to speak swiftly, sometimes quite slowly, but do not concentrate on all such things. After all, the aim was to push your spiritual progress, just the spiritual growth. Also, in your entire lifetime, you must have done some good deeds, which is why the God sent you to this camp. So the God has done what he could. He brought you here. The medium also did his job by making you realize yourself. So God's job is done now. Medium's job is also completed. Your job is going to start tomorrow. Now you yourself check that you meditate regularly so that it provides you with progress and benefits. If you won't Then no change. So tomorrow onwards you will enter your field. My work has been completed here. Greetings.